So at some point here, I've got to go back into Way Cool Junior. The engine's leaking oil, and the transmission that I just rebuilt is not working. I've got to go back into it. You know, I'm not real experienced with transmission, so it's not a surprise to me. But anyways, I've had it sitting here in the shop, and I went to start it. I've got to pull it out, and I've got to get my wife's Chrysler back in here. I think I've got a final solution for fixing the wiring on it. But I went to start the truck, and it wouldn't start. And so I put the battery charger on it this morning, come out, and man, you know, when I went to start it yesterday, everything was just stone dead. And so I had the charger on it, and come out here, and I turn the key, and I get nothing, and everything goes stone dead again. So I put my battery tester on the connectors here. I had the leads on. Let's see what I get. See if it'll do it again. I just cleaned up these connectors, so it may not give me the same result. You notice I don't have them clamped down, but I'm trying to show a point here. I hit it, and this needle went all the way down to 0. And, you know, it looks like the battery is just stone dead. I mean, that's what the appearances are. But I decided to verify that. And when I pulled the leads off and put these connectors on, you saw what I did just a second ago. You know, I put a load on it, and the battery voltage barely dropped. That tells me this battery is rock solid. The issue is the connections here. And granted, if you've seen my battery terminal videos, you know that this is not how I normally like battery terminals. This is, you know, I do like watching roadkill, and one thing David Freiberger always says is, don't get it right, just get it running. And these battery terminals were done in that spirit. I just had to get this truck running at the time. And so I use these chintzy battery terminals. I've got some military battery terminals up there that I'll end up putting on this, and I'll redo these connectors when I do that. But this was, you know, a get it running thing. And so what it was is these chintzy connectors just weren't making connection anymore. They weren't clean. I didn't really protect them with anything because I intend to come back in here and redo them at some point. So don't be afraid to go a little deeper and go to the source. If you're clamping onto these leads to check your battery, and the problem is the connection between your battery and these battery terminals, well, I mean, you're not going to find the problem unless you pull these off and check the battery itself. And that's where whenever I put my tester right on the battery posts, it showed me something different. And that's what clued me in that the battery is good. It's these terminals that are bad. So I'm going to tighten these down. I'm going to start the truck up and get it out of here and get my wife's Chrysler in so that I can rewire the entire top end of the engine. Yay. When I was in Votech, one of my fellow adult students was working part-time at a little podunk shop on the bad side of town to make ends meet while he was going to school. And the place he worked had a dirt floor, or it wasn't a dirt floor, it was a concrete floor, but it had an inch of dirt on the floor. And he complained to me that the shop owner was a cheapskate, blah, blah, blah. And I asked him why he didn't, clean the floor then. He said, no self-respecting mechanic would clean his own floor. The boss needs to hire somebody to clean the floor for me. And that kind of struck me as being a little bit arrogant. And then I joined the military. We didn't have anybody clean our floors. We had GI parties. Hey, airmen, come out here. We're going to clean the floor. And that really taught me a lot. And being my own home mechanic now, it's up to me. I'm the guy who cleans my floors. And to hear somebody say, if you're a mechanic, you shouldn't be cleaning your own floor. Somebody else should do it for you. No, you need to learn that. You need to get that practice of keeping your workspace clean. So I just pulled my truck out. I'm about to pull my wife's car in, and there was a slick transmission fluid in the floor. I've got to take care of that. Nobody else is going to come and clean my shop. So I've got it mopped up. I'm going to get my push broom. If you've got your own workspace cleaned up, these are the best broom for getting areas swept. One thing I do like to do, I'm going to sweep all my dirt all over this, and it'll help pull up the last little bits of liquid there that are in that mess. So Time to get to it. Another reason to clean your shop? I just found and killed a black widow, so yeah, clean your shop. Don't rely on other people to do it for you.